What's up, guys? I'm back again. Yeah, Chirag, your good friend is here again with another video. And I know, what's up with today? No cap? Like, what the, like, because normally you show up on YouTube and you're starting to wear your cap now, so why did you stop today? Well, actually, the thing is that earlier today I did my hair because of the character that I'm going to play in my new short film. And I'm still trying to work out the hair. I don't know if you guys can tell, but it's somewhat faded out now because of how my hair has been throughout the day and such. But if you can tell in the title, that's what I want to talk about today. Not my hair, nothing else. It's time to talk about the sequel to Superman. The Man of Steel. And yes, I'm actually one of the few people that actually bought the DVD. And reason why is because I thought the story was good. I thought it was kind of interesting. It's not perfect. I'm not gonna say it's a definitive Superman film. I thought it was a pretty good movie. Probably, like I said, I'd give it like an 8 out of 10. Well, I think that's what I said when my review came out, or I think I'm gonna get into more, but you know what, I thought it was great, like, it did have a few issues here and there. It wasn't perfect. The action was kind of over the top as far as, like, the final fight sequence went, and then the romance seemed just a little too rushed, just a little. But here's the thing, though. Man of Steel was all about Superman, and I liked it. And here's the thing. I'll be honest. I am not that big of a Superman fan. I'm not. I'm not that big of a Superman fan. I've read his stuff, and I found some interesting things, like, with Lex Luthor and with Zod. But outside of that, I mean, not too much things. Like, there are not really that many things with Superman that I'm too fond of. So when it came to this, I was a little hesitant when I saw it. So I was like, well, okay. But at the same time, I was like, well, it's Christopher Nolan. That was probably the other thing. I was like, alright, it's a new Superman movie. I'll give it a chance. And the fact that Christopher Nolan was producing it, I was hesitant at first, but then, seeing it, I was like, Christopher Nolan, you have my respect. But this isn't about The Man of Steel. This is about its sequel, the title, which honestly I saw coming. The subtitle, based on how things were going, like, with the casting, with the photos, I mean, more so with the casting, because the casting is kind of what kind of gave it away with the title. So I'll say it, Batman v Superman, and then the subtitle is called The Dawn of Justice. Okay, here's the thing. I was just on comicbookmovie.com, which is where I normally get all my updates on comic book movies. And if you guys don't check that place out, oh my god. Check that place out for all comic book movie stuff. Like, if you're a comic book movie fan, I'm just saying, look up all your insights there. That's where I get half of the information that I look up. Half of the stuff. Even when it came to The Amazing Spider-Man 2, all my info stuff came from here. And by the way, one more thing before I start this whole thing. I'm going to be replacing my spoiler talk review with my predictions in it because I felt like, well, my video messed up and it's kind of complicated. But the main thing was, again, I was editing one night and then it messed up, like, my editing software messed up, like, in the middle of everything. So I can't do the review, or not the review, the spoiler talk. So instead, I'm gonna try getting my friend Austin and 42,000 again and see if we can do, like, a big prediction video on what could happen with the Amazing Spider-Man 3. Now, brushing that off to the side, let's talk about the title for the Man of Steel sequel, which, of course, is Batman v Superman: Dawn of Justice. Initially, when I saw the title Batman v Superman, I was like, are we discrediting Superman? I was like, because Man of Steel was, I mean, he's called the Man of Steel in the comics sometimes. We get that. But that specifically, like, defines the fact, okay, this is a pure Superman film. When you see the title Batman v Superman, you kind of get that whole feeling like, okay, so you're making it seem like it's more of a Batman movie than it is a Superman movie. Small nitpick, but I'm like, hold on. Why Batman v Superman? Because in a way, like, when I saw it, I was like, that kind of just makes it feel like you're, like, not gonna have Superman as, like, the main hero. Like, I feel like, in a way, this kind of pushes Superman down to, like, a lower character, like that his character is not going to be more explored. The fact that we have Batman in here, and like going through all the stuff with what they had so far, with the casting decisions, having Ben Affleck, which we still. I'm just gonna say this: we gotta wait for a trailer. When a trailer comes out, that's normally the best time for me to decide something. And last time a trailer did something like this to me was probably Godzilla, X-Men: Days of Future Past, which does come out this week, and The Amazing Spider-Man 3. Those three were the last movies where I was like, okay, I gotta see these. Days of Future Past, I'm not sure. I mean, I'm looking forward to it because it's, it's based on my favorite comic timeline in X-Men, but let's see. And Godzilla, like I said before, I'm gonna take care of that this weekend. So that review will come out soon. But again, jumping back to Man of Steel, Batman v Superman, The Dawn of Justice. So right then and there, like, it's a great title. It kind of gets people like, all right, sweet. So we're finally gonna get that movie, the movie where Batman and Superman duke it out. That's great, but I feel like you should have reversed this title since it's a Superman, because it's a Man of Steel sequel. So you think it would you would think it would make sense if you gave Superman v Batman Dawn of Justice, because that would prove like, okay, so to me that kind of just seems like because and this is me nitpicking, but Batman v Superman just kind of seems like it's gonna be more on Batman than it is on Superman. That's just me, but I'm just, I mean, yeah, you know what they always say, don't judge a book by its title. And same thing with movies, like, you don't want to judge movies based off the title. But that's just a small nitpick I'm having, because I'm just like, I thought this was a Man of Steel sequel, not, that. So, getting through that part, though, because I've already spent, like, a good amount of time talking about the title as it is. Now, the subtitle, Dawn of Justice. This, I'm a little bit like, okay. It kind of gives because I'm not saying that it gives, okay, maybe I am saying this, but to me it kind of feels like they're going to give away. It kind of just tells me right then and there, like, alright, Superman and Batman fight, and then the Justice League is formed. That's really what I'm thinking, because it's called the Dawn of Justice. And if you throw in League, it's like, okay, obvious, Batman v Superman, Dawn of Justice League, which would have been ridiculous. But I mean, still, even this title is just, it sounds goofy. Let me just say that. The title just sounds, like, it sounds like, obviously the fanboys are going to be like, whoo! About time! About time! We're gonna get it! We're gonna get Batman versus Superman. Yeah, Batman vs. Superman should have been the title. There shouldn't have been a subtitle. But at the same time, I feel like, okay, with the way how they've had the casting choice, like they're throwing in Batman, they're throwing it, and based on the poster, the teaser poster that we saw, Batman's gonna have a big role in this. He's gonna have some big role in this. So I'm kind of interested in seeing what kind of role he's gonna play. Now, I know the whole Dawn of Justice thing is like, alright, so it's either going to be the formation of the Justice League, which is pretty evident, and because based on what they've had so far, because look, they've casted Wonder Woman, and they've casted Cyborg. So that in a way is kind of like, okay, so Dawn of the Justice League, again, that would be more goofy than what we got now, but hey, what more can I say? So, I mean, wow, it's already like a 9-minute video, and here I am just only talking about the title. But honestly, that's what I have to really say about the title for this, the Man of Steel sequel. And I'm just hoping, I'm not saying that it's gonna be a bad one, but the title itself just indirectly just kind of reveals, like, alright, that's what the movie's gonna be about. And we don't even have a trailer yet. That's the thing. We don't have a trailer, and this title just kind of makes it seem like, alright, this is what the whole movie's about, and it kind of leaves me worried, just a little. I mean, Granted, I had the same reaction to a couple other movies too, like when it came to The Dark Knight Rises. Although that title was a little bit ambiguous, but third movie wise, I was like, okay. But this is a second movie, and the fact that they've got a subtitle called The Dawn of Justice, and the fact that it's called Batman versus Superman, and I've already just told you what the movie's gonna be about now. That's just me speculating. I could be wrong, but again, I don't want to sound like I'm bashing the movie because it's not even out yet. Let alone do we even have a trailer. So when we see the trailer, I'll make my analogy there. But right now, this is just gonna be speculating on things that could happen based on what we have in the title. So aside from that, guys, that's pretty much it. I'm Chirag. Let me know what you guys think about the title for the new Man of Steel sequel, even though I feel like it's gonna be like a Justice League follow-up, or a Justice League setup, which, duh, gives it away. But aside from that, guys, pretty much it. I'm Chirag. Don't forget to, subscribe to my channel, hit the like button, and leave your comment on what you thought about the title for the Man of Steel sequel. And honestly, they should have just called it Batman or Superman versus Batman. That's honestly what I think they should have called it. But Batman versus Superman works too. I mean, I'll deal with it. The subtitle is just kind of like, to me, just kind of feels like they're giving too much away based off the title. But again, like I said before, don't judge a movie by its title. So, again, before I continue rambling on, I'll see you guys later for my review of Godzilla, which will be up on Saturday. I'm just gonna let you know. And there is gonna be like a pre-arrival and a post-arrival, similar to how I did with the Man of Steel. So keep that in mind. And catch you guys then. See ya.